you, love? You ready for this? I'm excited. Pam. Hi, Eva Susan. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Miss Marty, we're going to play. We're going to have a play. Something that is, I wanted to have a sample done, but I've been on a mission to get organized in here. So I didn't get a sample completely done. I know what we're going to do. I know where we're going. Alexa, stop. I've got a fresh cup of dirty chai, and it's all good. I grabbed my ink pads. It's been, it's Christmas stuffs. Vinty Pop, hello. Hi, Judy. So I grabbed my Ray inkers just in case because I figured we're probably going to have to re-ink them. So here's what we're doing. I know it sounds crazy. We're making a junk journal with candy box. Just saying. Doodle messaged me, hi Maple, how are you, love? And said, hey, hi Maria, can we do this? And I'm like, sure. I watched a couple of videos on YouTube and I'm like, I'm going to take these ideas, I'm going to take a spin off of it, and we're going to have some fun. I did get enough stuff to throw some kits together if need be. Right? It's so fun. I started putting it together. I was going to do the whole thing and sew it and blah, 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 blah. It didn't happen. But here's the thing. I have so much stuff here that it is very easy for me to put together a kit with all of the things. I've done a bazillion journals in my time, but I've never made one out of a candy box. I've made one out of a Cracker Jack box, so I'm figuring it's kind of the same thing, right? But we're going to do it together. So if you don't have a box available, because, I mean, who has candy boxes hanging out? Grab some, grab an old cereal box. Yes, but Venti, really, because you're making them. Grab like an old cracker box, an old cereal box, anything that is, you can, yep, that one was thirsty. Anything that you can make a journal cover with. My measurements are probably going to be different than yours, but I'll explain as we go and hopefully we'll get through it. I didn't see Katie pop in. Is she here? She didn't want to miss this. This is just in case. Another thing that I want to do is I was talking on the phone with a friend, and we were discussing making journals, and something that a lot of people struggle with is actually decorating the journals and the process in which to do it. Yo, yo. Hey, Greta, how are you, my love? We're going to make a journal. It's a whole thing. I spent the whole day today and most of yesterday going through all of the stuff that I have accumulated from our Saturday crafty thrifting with Rob. I have a ton of bags, stuff, things that I grab. People are like, "Can you split it up when you get home?" The whole thing, retro. So, I organized all of that. I have a plethora of fabrics and trims, and I'm going to be bringing those to you tomorrow. So, bookmark tomorrow's show if you want some good deals on some crafty, creative stuff. It's going to go everywhere from trims to fabrics, papers, just all the things. So, we got those re-inked. Obviously, we don't need them right now, but I wanted them to be able to settle for a little bit. Grab your embellishments, grab some random papers, grab the junk out of your junk mail pile, and we're going to make a true junk journal. If you have some bias tape, grab that. I grabbed all things red and green. And I want to show you, whoa, come back here, what I did. So I started out with the box. And rather than open it up and here, I'll open another one and show you what I'm trying to say before I just confuse everybody. Take your box, your candy box, whatever flavor. Do we want to do a different one? Let's do a different one. Let's do this one. So these are just candies from the Dollar Tree. Now, you can do this however you want. I use my palette knife because it's sturdy but yet flexible. And I'm trying to open this without totally annihilating it. If you do, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Some of them have, as you can see, a ridiculous amount of glue. Some of them do not. If you can get underneath that glue and peel this up. Karen, are you doing this with me? It's just not gonna cooperate. You've been dying to tear your box apart, huh? There we go. Got that. So the other one that I opened, the candy wasn't in a bag. So depending upon what box you have, you may have to wipe this down. Girl, I'm so glad you're doing it with me. Studios, look. Greta, like, I've had more candy in the last 2 days than I've eaten in the last 2 months because I've been making journals. It's so silly. But anyway, a lot of people just take this and cut it. But here's my thought process with it. I haven't done this particular one yet, so we'll see how it works out for me. This can make really good tags. Oh, Venti Pup sending me pictures. Hold on. We're going to use yours as an example because I don't have a completed one because I've been busy. I'm organizing my life, y'all. I'm reorganizing my life. How's that? I got in a crappy mood. Greta, I'm sorry I took my crappy mood out on you. I love you. So this is what I have. let's go look at some pictures, y'all, so you get the idea. Oh, no, I worry about it because I don't ever, ever do that, and I'm sorry. Ba-da-ba. So adorable. So this is Venti Pup's Halloween one, and there's another one. Are they not stinking cute, y'all? Like ridiculously cute. Thank you for sharing that with us. So now you have an idea of where we're going. Let's see if I can find my show again. There we go. All right. So what I did is I laid this out flat, took my mat. Here's where geared. True, Greta. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. Thank you. Just anyhow. So you have it laying out. Each box is a little bit different as far as the measurements go, so keep that in mind when you're doing this. You can cut this with a pair of scissors if you want. I prefer to use my blade that is gone. You hear that in my voice? Where did it go? It was right there earlier. Sweet baby Jesus. Yep. Do we have a backup one? I'm thinking. Where did I set it? I don't know. Oh my gosh, guys. Of all the things to lose, I need that. I swear to God, I literally just used it like an hour ago to cut dictionary pages out. And the funny part, or not funny, is I have like 5 of them, and you think I can find one right this second? Nope. So I got so much stuff on my desk. We're going to use fun ribbons. That's going to go. We're going to use stamps, papers. Maybe it's under all the papers I set down. Yeah, Eureka. Under all the papers. Whew. About had a panic attack there, guys. Okay, so let's tilt this down a little bit. Put your straight edge on the edge and just slice all of that off. Gonna turn it the other way. Now, here's the thing with this. You can leave a piece on there and use it as your closure if you want to. I'm not going to. Hi, Lauren. You're very welcome, love. Boo's mom, hello. Radamo, welcome. We are making a junk journal out of a candy box because it's Doodle's idea. So the way I look at it is if it fails miserably, you're very welcome, darling. I am excited to see. Rob actually put a strip at the bottom and he set the screws in so they would be smooth. But he also said if you don't like it, you can just unscrew it. So, hi, Katie. Katie, to catch up, we're opening the whole box with all of these because I know you have this to do with us. And then we're just cutting the edges off so you can catch up. Hi, Cheryl. How are you, love? Are you going to play along, Katie? Okay. One more side. Venti Pup's probably going, Tam, you're doing it the hardest way in the world. Last minute decision to stay the weekend at my sister's lake house, but you'll be watching. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, love. I hope you have fun at the lake house. So this is where we are at. We have this. Okay. If you see me messing up, you are more than welcome to jump in chat and say, yo, Tam, stop. They are stinking cute. Like ridiculous cute. Just saying. So here's the thing, and I'm looking at this. The dots one has a wider spine. This spine, let's measure, because measuring is good, is a little over 3/4 of an inch. And this one is 1 inch. So the dots one is actually for measurement purposes going to be easier to work with. Just saying. You do you and whatever you have. Karen, what kind of box do you have, love? And I'm saving all these little bitty pizzas because we need to decorate. Yours is the milk dud. So what is the dimension of your spine, babe? Of course it's milk duds. Milk duds are the best. I don't know nothing about milk duds. So anyway, we're going to set this aside. I know. We're going to have peppermint. It's going to go really well with my dirty chai. I made myself a dirty chai and I told Rob to bring me a hot cup of coffee in like 30 minutes. So I'm getting my herbal fix first. And then I'm going to move on to coffee. You know what I did forget to do though? Family dinner is not here yet. The kids wanted to do where's my bookmark listing? Oh, yeah, I forgot to fix that. Time out, my friends. I have to fix something. Are you all cut, Karen? You're good. Okay. I'll quit messing around then. I just realized I forgot to do this. The kids went and got pizza and wings, and they were supposed to be here by 6, and here we are. So, so the first thing I did once I got this all cut down, and I find it really easy when I'm making a journal, it keeps my head about me. I measure everything and I write my measurements down. And the reason I do that is it's right here. I'm not going continually going back and to measure every time I do something. Awesome, Judy. Are they ATC cards to send to me? Because that would be exciting. And this may be a two-part thing. They're not due to me till December 1st, babe, because Bailey and I have that in person. So I figured that pretty much buys everybody an extra week. So we've got 3 3/4, 5 3/4, and then the spine is 1 inch. So I've written this down. So what I do when I figure out my dimensions, I reduce my pages by 1/4 of an inch. And I know we're mathing, but so the cover is going to be 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. The spine is going to be 5 3/4 by 1. And then our pages, we want them to be 5.5 by 3.5, which means we're cutting our pages down because we need to fold them in half. 5.5 by 7, because 3.5 times 2 is 7. Does that make sense? This is how I always figure it out. When if I'm doing a ribbon closure, I usually take the whole length of the book and double it, give or take a couple of inches. You can always cut it shorter, but it's really difficult to add to it once you get this all covered. So what I said for this one is a ribbon closure of 20 inches. So the first thing we want to do is figure out what ribbon we want to do to close our book. And I think just using a bias tape would be good. What do you think? I think that sounds like a good idea to me. It's easy, it's right there. So we are going to take 20 inches of this, and that is going to be our closure. The first thing that we want to do, and y'all can do this however you want. I'm a little cray-cray about measurements, so you do you, however that may work. I am going to mark my center. So I know that my closure is in the center. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can do it however you want. And then I'm going to take my 20 inches and I am going to fold it in half. And I'm going to give it a little crease so I know where the center is. I'm using Fabri-Tac. You can basically use whatever glue you want, but I find that when working with fabrics, and this is kind of a slick inside, I'm just going to do a bead of glue as straight as possible, kind of like connecting the dots. I'm going to put that fold in the center. And just lay this down on there. I'm going to hold it for a minute, let it set up, and we will be all good. Welcome in, everyone. Hi. Hi, Tina. How are you? Trenderid, Tay, Lexi, S. Gray, welcome. I am doing very well. We are making a junk journal, a type of which I have never made before. It's using the candy boxes from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to set this aside to dry for a minute, and we're going to go back to our cardstock. I started out with a full sheet of cardstock, and again, my covers are 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, so I need 2 for the front and the back, and then my spine is 5 3/4 by 1. Sweet. Hello, beautiful. How are you, my friend? Thank you for your beautiful message. I so appreciate you. So I've cut 2 pieces that are the 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then I cut a piece that is 5 3/4 by 1 inch. And we are going to attach them to this. You can use your art glitter glue. You can use the Fabri-Tac. You can use a tacky glue. You can use matte medium. Whatever you want to use that is going to hold this down. Now, one thing I will say when making journals, Fabri-Tac is an acetone-based glue and is not going to warp your paper. But this has like a coating on it, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. You could use a matte medium or a tacky glue. Um, it's pretty much whatever you want to do. I'm going to start with the spine and work my way out. My reasoning behind that is this. If, for some chance, with all of these folds, it gets kind of wonky, I can cut excess off of the edge, okay? Now, you can use a spreader to spread your glue. Um, my spreader is my fingers, so there's that. And I'm going to take this 1-inch piece. I'm going to lay it down right in the center. And I'm just going to push that down. Sweet. Have you ever made one of these journals before? Telling you, they're stinking cute. So see how that fits perfectly in there? That's what you want. We're going to do the front and the back covers. Girl, can I take a moment and show? So, let me show you, because our amazing friends love to share. Venti Pup has actually made these before. And she did Halloween ones for her kiddos. Is that the stinking cutest thing you've ever seen? But we're going to make Christmas ones. So excited. Okay. My whatnot's freaking out, going, what are you doing? Aren't they adorable? So that's the premises behind what we're doing here. Okay. We're going to make a journal because it sounds like a fun idea. And perfect. Grab your stuff and come play. So like I said, I'm using the Fabri-Tac just because I don't want my papers warping. I know, right? Like tweet saving stuff? What? Ma'am. Should have seen me digging through my junk journal bin today. I was like, oh Lord, I have so much stuff. Why? Now you want to leave a little smidge so your journal will open and close easily. See? Just a smidge. You want a box of my junk? That's funny that you should say that, my friend. I need to mod Greta so she can see that. Can you see that? No, you're fine. I just need to make sure. Can you see that, Greta? Can you see past red chat once I mod you? Nope, too late. Okay. Cheryl said she got her balls today, and it redlined her. See what I mean? It sticks out a little over the edge. and that would have really wreaked havoc with our folding. So that's why we start with the spine. And do the other side. Your ornaments, I know. Ooh, did Greta make you ornaments? Greta's so freaking talented. Has it really been 30 minutes?
It's been longer, actually, about 35.
Oh, well, don't take my chai because I didn't finish it unless it's cold. Thank you, love. Hold on, I'm in the middle of gluing. Okay, thanks. Say hi to all the girls.
Hi, all the girls.
Okay. Why you come in here and pull my hair? Brat? Brat child.
Looked like it was in a tickler spot.
He was trying to pull a hair off my shirt, but it was attached to my head. Again, we're going to leave ourselves a little smidge of room here, just so you can see that little edge of white. Make a sense? I know, right? Frisky Rob. For real. Okay. Bada bing. We're on a roll, my friends. So, here's where the fun begins. You can leave this as is. Venti Pop, I got my earrings. I am so glad you love them. So, so glad. If you have any problems with them, let me know. I guarantee all my work. And sometimes I do work at 2 a.m., so just saying. Just saying. Okay, hydrate, folks. More chai. How many in here? Thank you, Tweet. The box. Tweet wants my box. So, they're your birthday present to me. Oh, I'm so happy that you chose one of my designs as your birthday present. That is amazing. Thank you. That's very flattering. Tweetco, I'm putting boxes together. Do you remember how I used to do the D stash with my beads? Literally, that's what I spent all day long doing. Great minds and all. Just saying. Okay. Plan. Yes, that's literally all day long. That's what I did. I organized, separated stuff, and I currently have 6 medium flat rate boxes overflowing. I may have to change them to larges. Um, Great minds think alike. Yes. Cheryl sent pictures. Okay, let's see what Cheryl sent in pictures. Guys, this is how we play. I'm sorry if it, no, we're not creating a raid, is frustrating to y'all. Oh, crap. You text them to me. Oh my gosh, how pretty. They decorated. That is awesome. Christmas lights are the best. I see that you painted the house. It looks so good. I'm glad that you guys are getting all that done. You deserved it. After all the disaster, you deserve to be able to do good things for yourselves. Okay, so this is kind of dry. We're kind of here. The next thing that we need to do, what's too soon? Wait, what? Run the crafts. That's Cheryl's house, Katie. They painted the house and then the kids decorated for Christmas while they were there. It's awesome. I know, right? Okay, pages. Karen's like, Tam, stop and just get in gear, woman. I'm waiting on you. We got this. Pages. They need to be 5.5 by 7. Now, this is where fun junk journal nonsense comes into play. You can do your pages whatever you want, but if you get the kit, you're going to get all these pages. So I will throw that out. I do have a kit available for this. I love recycling thrifted Christmas papers when I'm doing journals. Okay. The blues don't really go, but we're going to put it in there because it's a situation. So we're going to grab a couple of candy canes. We're going to grab some holly. We're going to grab, who doesn't want a celestial angel in their journal? You can do printer paper. You can do whatever you want, honestly. I think, let's put this over here. Those are for the kit. We're gonna do a couple of green pages. I think we're gonna avoid the blues. Uh-oh. Stuff's falling. So we've got green, we've got the angels, we got Noel, we've got these. No, maybe we're gonna revamp this. It is a candy thing. Bright green. We have a red file folder. What else do we want to put in here? You don't see a Greta bundle in the bin. Greta, because I shipped you everything but those salt and pepper shakers. My love. Unless you just want me to ship those by themselves, but that's kind of ridiculous to pay that much shipping for that. What else do we got going on in here? I've got all kinds of stuff. Look at these cute little notepads I found at the thrift the other day. Papers. I have so many papers like this. It's insanely crazy. Scissors. Do you love when you lose your tools? They're just like, run away. We don't want to play. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Because here's what happens is I collect the crap out of these. And so I have put together these amazing boxes. I thought you ran them for me. No, babe, we decided to wait. Mary and Bry. I got all these little notepads, the magnet refrigerator notepads. No. Well, I'll show you tomorrow. We're going to add that somehow. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure that out. We got this. We got this. Let's see what we have as far as. What do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you want to do 1 or 2? I think we want to do 2 signatures. Because, I mean, if we're going to do it, let's do it right? Oh, yeah. We need some linen paper in this disaster. It's not in the bin, babe. It's in auction. Friday Fun Journal Kit. I have 5 of them. That, some linen papers. Gotta have linen, right? You wanna know something funny? I sold all my Christmas papers. I legit only have 2 paper packs left. Like, what was I even thinking? Ooh, that's pretty. You guys know I love my vellums, right? It's kind of cardstocky. I need some paper. Why am I such a snob? Ooh, these are going to be good for tags. We're going to use this stuff for tags. So good. That's cute. I need a red and green to tie this all together. I'm not feeling any of this. Hi, Wendy. How are you, love? How are you doing, my friend? We're digging for paper. Should I have done this before we started? I'm doing good. We're making a journal. And we're going to see if we have some Christmassy looking paper in this disaster. Or at least some green and red. Oh, why, damn. swear to God, I sold all my Christmas paper. This is what I should not do. We're going shopping for Christmas paper. Does anybody in here sell papers? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Ooh, look, that's grass. So I have I have a couple of those, so I'd be able to add that to the kit. Oh, look, here's another one. Good job. Okay, I have enough to add to the kit. That's my problem is if I'm doing the kits, I need to make sure that I have enough to make said kits, right? Because that's important. I have interesting stuff in this tote. And all of this stuff, I'm telling you guys, you'd have no idea the amount of crap I have in my house. And it's got to go. Okay, we're going to roll with this one and call it D for done. We are also going to throw in, I love these. I have plethora of these. The invitation kits, love them so much because they come with really awesome envelopes and really awesome cards. So you've got the note card and then you've got that. We'll do that. This one, you guys are probably sick of this one. Can I pin your bundle so you can use your coupon? Yes, ma'am, I will do that for you. There you go, love. These I am in love with because they're, thank you so much, Wendy. I appreciate you, love. They're textured and I think they're going to fit really well in here. And then we have these little note cards. Thank you, love. And we need just some, I almost messed up. We cannot make a journal without grid paper, friends. It's just not happening in this world. I like this grid paper because it's 1/4 inch and half. So we got 3 sheets of that. There we go. And what else do we have? We need just some plain paper, right? Let's do a couple of sheets of plain paper, a couple of sheets of lined paper. We may or may not use all of this, y'all. I don't know, but I'm just grabbing a bunch of papers. Now, normally, I would sew some edges. I would do all of that. but my sewing machine is in a different room, and not everybody has access to a sewing machine. So I want to make it to where everybody can do this. Let me just change it to a buy now. Yes, ma'am. There you go. Thank you, Greta, for keeping me under control. When I send you the kit, you're going to get all this stuff. I'm just saying. So we've got all these fun things. We're going to set those aside and we're going to deal with the papers first. So, where'd our book go? I lost it. Dots. Oh, dot book, where'd you go? Smashed flat. Poor baby. Obviously, we're going to have to do some cutting, okay? So let's figure out what we want to get in here before we start cutting. We want some regular paper. We want some lined paper. If you are new to me, I am Tam. I always make journals that you can work in, that you can journal in, that you can sketch in. I am a very huge proponent, if you come to my shows, of mental health journaling. And I will forever push using your journals. I write in my journals, I draw in my journals, I sketch, I paint, I angry dump, I happy dump. My journals are where I go to for my mental health. So it is very, very important to me that there is a lot of writing space in my journal. I'm not a huge fan of journals that you cannot actually journal in. That is not to say, hi, Tina. Thank you, love. That you can't cover up all my lines and whatever to with embellishments, pockets, whatever you want to do. You are more than welcome to do that, but we're going to start out on the premises that this journal you're going to be able to write in. You're going to be able to take notes during the holidays. The holidays are stressful, you guys. For whatever reason, it's not a bad thing, okay? But sometimes the holidays are just overwhelming and you need a safe space to jot down feelings, jot down notes. You could actually make this a to-do list book and carry it everywhere with you, and your shopping lists are in it. You can do it however you want, but we're going to have space to write. So we need our pages to be 5.5 by 7 inches, okay? Which means if you take an 8.5 by 11 sheet, you're actually going to get 2 pages if you cut this at 5.5. So you're going to take it long ways. There's so much stuff over here. My paper doesn't want to go, but we're going to force it. So you want to cut this first page. What's in my way? At 5.5. So we have 5.5. Now we need it to be by 7. So this is cut in half, and we're going to cut this off at 7. I need a new blade in this machine. Lord. So if you cut it at 7 inches, so this is 5.5, this is 7, we're going to score it at 3.5 because 3.5, and I don't suggest scoring 2 pages at once, like I just did. So you're going to fold this in half, and these are going to be our pages. It is a cute, tiny little journal that you can take notes in, that you can write in, you can do whatever. Okay. Now we're going to cut a bazillion more papers. So cut away, chat amongst yourselves, do whatever it is you want to do. Thriftpreneurs, hello and welcome. How are you? We're making a junk journal. All your cutoffs just set aside. We may or may not use them. Lord, I need more room. I need a bigger desk, you guys. Or I need to clean it. I am good. Always good when I'm playing in the journals, in the art room. It's the best. Again, cutting it in half. Good. What are you crafting? Do tell. Making a junk journal. We are making a candy box junk journal. It is a new to us project. A couple of people in here have made them. Well, I don't like that at all because now the lines are the wrong way. We'd have to rethink that one. That just got rejected just with a quickness, my friends. Oh, we'll see how many pages we have if I need to go find more. You found your desk last night and immediately covered it up. It's literally sweet. Yes, ma'am. I cleaned my desk. I swear I cleaned my desk. But it's a whole big but. But never lasts. Never. I've been cleaning my art room. You guys would be very proud of me. I can't seem to get that to go straight to save my ass. It's a whole it's a whole situation. What I did, and I'm under the gun because we have a huge storm coming in tomorrow. Okay. I had everything on my back deck and I was going through separating, sorting the whole situation. But we have this storm that's supposed to be hitting tomorrow afternoon. So I have to have it all organized and put away before the storm hits. Because when we have storms, it's a monsoon. And monsoons around here are like brutal. because we have like the whole sideways rain and flooding and all this stuff. Oh, that's weird. My chat just went black. Weird. So weird. What else being weird? Did y'all see that they made the announcement that they're doing the Black Friday thing again? Were any of you here last year for the Black Friday shopping experience? 0%. You? Your game? Oh, Lord have mercy. So they offer sellers usually discounted or 0 fees for Black Friday. And so what happens is everybody schedules a show because everybody wants to make that extra money. Everybody wants to have the sales of the Black Friday shopping. And the app crashed twice last year. We broke Whatnot. Yes. So I more than likely will not be doing a Black Friday show because Bailey and I have an in-person show that weekend and we will be setting up that day. So we'll see what happens there. Something bright. Last year we made it home early enough that I went on in the evening and was able to do a quick show just with my jewelry. But my thought process is I can do a pre-Black Friday sale, and then you don't have to fight the crowds. Does that sound like my friends? I thought it sounded like a brilliant idea. Right? Just like, let's not fight these crowds, you guys. And let's do the shopping before. Do both, right? I might. I mean, it depends on how long it takes us to get back from setup. Hi, Ames. How are you, love? We're making a journal. And we're having fun and hanging out, and we're currently making pages for said journal. Again, these are our measurements. We're cutting the pages 5.5 by 7, folding them in half so they are 5.5 by 3.5. That's where we're at. So we are gathering the pages, and I think we're going to do 2 signatures. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for joining. That's the glue from when I was playing in the glue. Let's do some decorative pages in here. So we need to cut this in half. So you're cutting long ways in half. Welcome in, everyone. So we're cutting the 11-inch side down to 5.5. So that paper is absolutely not straight. What? Weird. So we have 2 pieces that are 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to cut it down to 7 inches. so it fits. And then we're folding them in half. Piece of glue is driving me crazy. To make our pages. We are doing a candy box journal by request. If y'all have anything that you want me to demo and have any requests, please feel free to message me, reach out to me. Legit is not a lot that I have not taught over the years. I've been teaching for, a lot of years. Do I wrap myself out right here? I've been teaching over 30 years and started teaching altered book classes many, many years ago. And nope. No, what I did is because I specifically print horizontal lines for my journals, and I grabbed a couple of those pages, and that's what threw me for a loop because they're wrong. So I actually need vertical line paper to do this particular project. So that's a thing. Do you think I grabbed any vertically lined paper other than this? No. Because I'm just so habitual to grab the horizontal paper. I created it in my computer and printed out on various papers because, again, it's very important that I have journaling lines because all of my journals are meant to be journaled in. I know it sounds crazy, right? So I know my brain didn't compute that great. I'm still kind of tripping on it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, wait, what? How did I do that? I think we need to throw a couple of these obnoxious bright ones in just because the candy box is bright. Doing 2 at a time. We'll see if this works. I would have just grabbed my guillotine cutter, but it's really hard. I know. I'm confused. But it's really hard to see what I'm doing. It's hard to use my guillotine under the camera. So I'm using my scoreboard to do this, which can also be confusing. But we're doing our best, folks. Karen, do you have all your pages cut down, love? Waiting on me to get it together. Okay, so I don't feel so bad. I really wish I would have grabbed some thinner scrapbooking paper. I did not pay attention to the fact that the pads that I do have left are cardstock. And I don't think this journal is going to do well with heavy duty papers in it, just because of the tininess of it. So we'll see. I think we're going to stick with the stationery pages that we have and see what happens. Are my pages straight? No. okay. It's gonna be okay. This is a test run, my friends. Probably have way too many pages here. But I'd rather have too many than have to stop what I'm doing and cut more. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for joining. We are making a candy box junk journal by request. I was saying I've been doing this for 30 some odd years. I started teaching altered book classes at the stamp store a bazillion years ago. And junk journaling was like it was back in the day when junk journaling was actual junk journaling, because we threw everything but the kitchen sink in our journals. I was talking about it the other day in when we were doing our mental health journal on Tuesday. Smashbooks, if you've never heard of it, it was actually a thing that they capitalized on, and they made books, they made accessories, all these things, which was basically a commercialized smash or junk journal. But what happened is everybody got tired of, because their prices just kept going up and up and up. So we started just making our own stuff. And I almost cut that wrong. 5.5, Tamara. 5.5. Cut the long ways, 5.5. Okay, there we go. Got it. So that is kind of how everything came about. And it just became a whole situation. I still have a ton of my smash books. One of these days I'll pull them out and share with you. They're loads of fun. It's kind of like a pre-made scrapbook if you've never heard of it. And they called them smash journals because you just smash everything in there. Tickets, receipts, anything and everything. Pictures. It was like the segue from scrapbooking into junk journaling. Great travel journals. Yeah, they're the best. I still have, you know what? I actually have one for sale, which is funny. I was going through my for sale bin, and I actually have a new one in package that is unopened. One of the Smashbook kits. And I still have quite a few of the accessories that came with them too. So it's a ready-made junk journal pretty much, guys. I think we have enough paper. Do I have enough? What other pretty papers? Oh, we have the linens, and then I'll stop with this and see what we got going on. Karen, are you ready? I love the linen resume papers in journals just because they crinkle so nicely and remind me of the tea-dye papers, which I need to get off my butt and make some more. I'm running low. So I've just been pushing these with my finger. When I figure out what we're going to do, I will score these much better with a bone folder. It is currently buried under all of this stuff, which is why I'm just doing it with my fingers. There's that, right? Okay. I think we have plenty of paper here. I think we have enough papers for like 5 journals. Yeah. Oh crap, we didn't use the scrapbook paper. 1 minute. One more. I lied. Can we not do that today, please? Just being cantankerous today. So again, I'm cutting all the pages 5.5 by 7. And then we are folding them to 5.5 by 3.5. And that is going to fit inside of our candy box. So we have this extra paper that we can use to decorate tags and such. So we're just going to set all that aside for a moment. Get this out of the way. And see what we got going on here. We've got all this extra paper we're going to set aside to someplace. So one of the fun parts about making a journal is figuring out how you want your pages, what you want to do with them. We have the linen paper. We've got different stationery. We've got scrapbook paper. We've got some journal. And then my brain just like died on that word. I use it for accounting. Somebody. More of those. More of the linen paper. Absolutely, positively have to have grid paper, because what's a journal without grid paper? Some just plain paper, bright green, because sometimes we need some bright green in our lives. And then we do have that angel. She's pretty. So we have the angel, couple of those, and then our candy canes. So if we're going to do 2 signatures as small as this book, and I generally do 10 to 12 pages in a signature, give or take. So if we just grab 1, 2, 3 ledger paper. Thank you, Wendy. I knew somebody'd cover my butt. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, It doesn't matter, guys. However, whatever you want to put in your book is completely up to you. I'll set that aside for a second. And we're going to do that all over again. Yes, we're going to have extras. I want this angel in here somewheres. So we have the angel on the other one. We've got this. Couple of grid papers. This is legit how I do this. I may be driving some of you crazy. Or you may be going, oh, I'm overthinking it. This is easy. Totally up to you. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that's going to be our 12. 12 and 12. So we do have a ton of extra papers. That's okay. Because I'm assuming that we're going to love this and we're going to make a bunch more of these. Could be wrong, but I kind of have that feeling. Do I have brown or green? Missy, you are hilarious. I have like this, which is like a it's resume paper. Are you looking for like cardstock, printer paper? I know we've had this conversation. I do have the cream resume paper. So you want more like cardstock. Misty, do you not have a Michael's near you? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Okay, ended up with 13. Why? Why? Because I want this on the front. So what I'm going to do is unbury my bone folder. That's going to be my outside page. And then I'm going to do a grid. And then we're going to do, it doesn't have to be cardstock. This. And I'm just making sure that they're well creased as I'm laying them in here. Yes, I did. Because that's what I have here, Missy Sue. Um, I can show it to you. That's a lot of pages, y'all. That's a lot of pages. I think it's too many pages, honestly. And thank you. I want to put this in. All right, so I'm readjusting. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wired Plus Beauty. Casey, my love. Thank you so very much for the raid. Did you have a fabulous show? You always have a fabulous show. Y'all, if you aren't following Wired Plus Beauty, give Casey a follow. She's amazing. Okay, so how I'm going to do this, because I want this to be a pocket, I could do it this way and make it a tuck spot. And a pocket. Okay. We're going to do this. We're going to put it in upside down. We're going to have this as a tuck spot. And then I'm going to cut this just like a smidge off of here. And open this up. So when this goes in, we're going to have a pocket here. We're going to have a tuck spot here. Yeah. And that is going to be bound in like right there. That is going to go inside of here. It's going to be so stinking cute, you guys. Cuteness overload. All right, let's do the second one. So the second one, we're going to do one done, one down, one to go. Thanks, Tweet. Tweet, back in the day, did you ever think you'd see me doing journals on here? Like just asking for a friend. I know, right? Good. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my thing with me doing journals on here. My art room was like my Zen place. And I didn't know how it would go if I brought everybody into my Zen. Does that make sense? But I find that having everybody here while I'm creating, being able to teach people different techniques, different things to do, I actually enjoy it. It's kind of weird, I know, but I do. I enjoy it. Trying, Missy Sue, I'm trying to get my craft room back in order. I have too much inventory that needs to go so I can start something new. Casey says it helps me work through the mess in my head. Libby sharing, thank you, Greta. Some days it's not so zen in my head, but so these are actually note cards. And I don't know if I want it in half. If I do it in half, well, geez, how are we going to do this? Let's do 1 1/2. So when you're putting something that's a heavier cardstock and binding it in, it's always best to fold it first one direction and use your bone folder on it, and then do it the other direction. And that way you have a good crease both ways, and it tends to work better. I think I want the shock factor of that red on that brilliant green. I like that. Okay, where are we at with pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what are we going to put in the middle? I'm going to put one of the heavier ones in the center. Kimmy Cam, welcome in. There we go. So those are going to be our 2 signatures. That's a lot. I know it's a lot. It's going to be obnoxiously fat and gatored and all the things that we all avoid in journals, and I don't care. It's just, I don't care. It's all good. We'll figure it out on the other end, right? I need to try that again, Greta. We do have to. I'm currently sipping on a dirty chai. It's my own blend. Here's the problem. What I need to send you, I don't have made. I need to make it for you. And I didn't get any made. We do need to chat though. So, what are you doing Sunday? Scheduling things now. Too. So these are going to sit in here like that. It's going to be so stinking cute. We're going to set the pages aside for right now. Okay? I know. But there's a couple of things. Gotcha. I already did it. Wait. I'm one step ahead. Greta's like privately sending you messages. And I didn't have you modded and you didn't see anything she was writing. That's funny. Yeah. I think it's a good thing. There. It's gonna look good. But we want to zhuzh this up first. You have someone coming to talk about what? Casey. Okay, we need to get you to 1K. Let's do it. Hell yeah. So, Casey, a couple weeks ago, we flash mobbed one of my other friends, and we got her to 1K. She'd given herself the weekend to do it, and we're like, we're not playing. We legit got her to 1K. We just flash mobbed her. What she did is she put like her stickers and some supply stuff on flash sales, and we went in and just kept buying stuff until we got her. We did the same thing with Greta, got her. Girl, love, beautiful. I didn't realize you weren't at 1K. What? Guys, Casey signed me up on Whatnot. If it weren't for Wired Blessed Beauty, I wouldn't even be a seller on here. Just thought I'd say that. Yeah. Yep. Casey's the one that talked me into selling on here. Sweet. Did your mind just blow? Yeah, like 3 years ago. She talked me into it. Literally blew your mind. Yep. I was actually buying beads from her to make jewelry for in-person shows. And we started. Oh, dude. I'm just going to say Wired Blessed Beauty has the absolute best bead soup on the face of the planet. Not even. I'm not kidding. I've bought bead soup from you guys know I'm a freak about my bead soup. I've bought it from a bazillion people on this app, and Casey wins hand down every freaking time. Yep, I'm down, girl. Let's do this thing for you. Let's do it. Okay. Where's my little bag of tricks? So, you guys, we're going to segue into something different. Casey, let me know when you want to do that. It's a gateway drug, yeah. And we'll make it happen, babe. So, I played at the Dollar Tree. I got pom poms. I got jingle bells. What else did I get that we're gonna put in? We got some candy canes. I wanted to try. We're gonna make dangles too, by the way. Jingle bell dangles, just to drive y'all insane. So I got all the fun things to decorate. They've got some really cute stuff to decorate with. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and then we're gonna do these little rosettes. But we want to do something around here. What do we want to do around here? I don't know yet. Haven't gotten that far in my brain because I didn't plan this ahead. Usually I do a project and I have everything all done, prettified, all the things that I need to do. Yeah, load it up, babe girl. We will do this. You know it. I don't know how much is on here. 3 yards. Okay, we could do this. I know it did, sweetheart, but you know what? You had to take care of you. Important that you take care of you. It's 8:20 here. Pom-poms. Okay, guys, here's my thing with this, okay? It's still early. We got all night. I might need to eat something in a little while, but you know, hey. It's I got dots. Look, I got dots. I got dots. They're cherry and green apple, and then lime and strawberry. I feel like that I should not, in any way, shape, or form, make a journal without lace. Just the thought of making a journal without lace kind of gives me a little bit of the shivers, and not in a good way. So we are going to add some doggone lace. Dangly balls and lace. I'm just saying, because that's how we roll around here. Yeah, don't unless you want Tweet to tell you what's up. She will be on your butt constantly. It's a journey. You know, it is. It's a journey, and we all do what we need to do in our own sweet time. And our journey is our own. Everyone is different, and you get where you need to be when you need to be there. You just hit 3 years and whatnot. Congratulations, my love. So, see, we could go around the corner and do the whole outside. Feel like that's going to be a thing. Everything happens. Yeah, Tweeko, you've been around forever. Feels like. Okay, we're going to start. You literally have. Again, I'm going for it. Not questioning. I'm just going for it. I'm putting my end piece on the back. Okay. Oh, do I want to cover all? No, I'm not going to cover all that up. Not today. Not on this one. So I'm putting down a layer of glue. Karen, you still with me, love? And I'm going to lay this down right on that edge. Okay. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to do our bestest. I don't want to pull it too tight over this spine. Crap, I forgot to do something. But and if you notice, I'm just putting this edge. Well, I was until I turned it. And I can kind of see through this ribbon to see that it's on the edge, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's Missy Sue. It'll happen when it needs to happen. So see how I'm just putting that right on the edge for the most part? So on this corner, I'm going to give it a little tuck, and I'm just going to keep right on going, but don't get my string in there. Gluing pages. So I want to get this corner. See what I'm doing there? This other way. I want to get glue on this corner and this side. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to give it a tiny fold, and then we're going to come this direction. And I'm going to hold that. So those two pieces stay down. And then I'm going to put a smidge of glue underneath where I made that fold so it stays. And that's how we do the corners. You're basically just mitering the corners with your ribbon. And we got 3 more to go if you missed that. Yeah, Casey, if you decide to do that, text me, please, love, and I will make sure and tag everybody. We'll do this thing, love. This is a disaster. Across we go. Honestly, with the Fabri-Tac, it does not take a ton of glue. Really, really doesn't. And if you can't see through your ribbon, you can pick your book up and see if you've got it straight on there. We're going pretty straight. His Ames. Cute, reminds me of a little girl's dress or apron, right? It's, I don't know. I'm not a huge proponent of cutie, you guys. I'm trying here. You know me, I'd be splashing it with coffee and grunging it up if it was, but here we are. We're gonna do this thing. I can do cutesy. I want you to hit 1K live too. Don't be taking my pleasure away, Tweet. We're gonna do it Sunday. I love it so much. Oh, I forgot to pre-fold, so give it a little twist. Around the corner we go. Where she stops, nobody knows. Yeah, we're gonna do it live so we can celebrate with her as a handmade fam, like we do. We got Greta a few weeks ago. We got by Angel by Create Repeat. Well, I don't know why I struggle with her name so much. It's all the underscores get me. Again, we're going to go across just a smidge. Not going to pull it tight across the spine. Checking to make sure it's even back here. Yeah, this is just so cute. Okay, we're going to fold before the corner before I lay it down to make sure it's going to lay straight. Didn't do that on the last one. Yep. Straight across. Small bead of glue. If I'm driving you crazy, I'm sorry. I just like to go slow on this because I want it to all be straight. Because, it needs to be straight. Round the corner. Lay it all down. Shiloh, hi, how are you, love? Red cardstock, love. We did, let me get this laid down and I'll show you the dimensions. We laid it flat completely. And then we laid cardstock down. Last corner, Fold it before you put the glue down so it lays correctly. And bam. Okay. Around the corner we go. And we're going to overlap just a little bit. So I'm going to lay glue on top of here. So we're going to miter this corner just like that. And lay it flat. Fabri-Tac, absolutely. Fabri-Tac. Yes, ma'am. And then I'm going to go back and put just a little dot underneath where I mitered that so it stays down. Hold it. And figure out where I lost my lid to. Yes, I actually, so what I did was, oh crap, Paula, is I laid it all flat instead of cutting it while it's still closed. So we have all these extra pieces that we can use as tags or whatever we need for our journal. So we're doing obviously the dots. Ooh, did she glue that to the table? She did. And where's my fabric scissors in this disaster? I know we had them. They're there. So I'm just going to snip that. And there we go. And like I said, I would be sewing this on if we weren't doing this live. So here's the thing. We have our first signature. If we put our first signature in, the question is, do we want to put the poofies at the edge of this? Make your tea, love. Love you bunches. Yes. 7-ish. Okay. We'll do. We'll do this. You did it for me. I think I return the favor. Yes, ma'am. Much love to you, darling. Have a good night. So my thought process is this. If I put this on this edge, it's not going to really poke out, but it's going to add a little bit. I need bigger poof balls. I almost said it. I agree. So we're going to set this aside to dry. I almost said it. I would have yelled. So this is going to be our outside for this one. Again, normally I would just take it to the sewing machine, but here we are, my friends. Playing in the lands of the whatnot worlds. Back to, I need hideously goobered up. It's driving me crazy. Okay, now we can function. So we're just going to go straight down this edge. Small bead of glue. Can I have a small bead of glue, my friends? for all. Why is my glue acting a fool? I'm not squeezing any more glue, I'm just pulling down because it came out in like a huge blob. What a pain in my... No, no, no. I'm putting that right on the edge. I'll let that set there. I'm going to snip right here, and we are going to do the other side. And then I'll trim that all down. Note to self, check and make sure that your poof balls aren't all messed up before you start gluing it down. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm getting my butt kicked by pom-poms. It's a situation, I'm telling you. Okay. Fabric scissors, chop it off. So that is the cover for our first signature. We can do it on the second one too, I think. What do you think? Or should we put some lace on this one? Let's put some lace on this one. No, lace. Lacy lace. What lace? Oh my gosh. So guys, I got this huge bag of lace when I was shopping at Goodwill last weekend. Yeah, different trim than balls. I'm over the balls. And I got this huge bag of lace, and oh my goodness, they had it rolled up like yarn balls. It's the only way I can explain it. Yarn balls. It's like a minty green. Oh no, I know what we need. Red? Yes. Okay, red it is. I know, the white looks hideous against this. Oh, what's that gonna look like on the angel though? Mm-mm. Mucho better, huh? Type Rick Rack. Yes, ma'am. But it... I feel like I need... Oh, because it's burgundy. That's why. Because everything's red and green, and that's burgundy. Um, Let me see what I got. This is why I should not clean. I can't find anything. Merely pointing out. I set a huge stack of golden books on top of my tote that has my trims. Give me a minute. I got all kinds of stuff here. I just need to get to it. Oh. Nope. That is not what we're looking for. Like, I know exactly in my head what I want. I just can't find it. Just rescheduled it. Right? Girls got good trim. Yes, I do. This is one of many boxes. I hoard lace like none other. Just not even gonna lie about that. Not even gonna pretend I don't. I hoard the crap out of lace. I love all the different laces. That's too little. So here's the thing. If I put this on, where'd our journal go? Is that gonna look fun? Yep. No, just never mind that question. Ignore that question. So is this different shades of green are okay. Different shades of red suck. Do you? Right? I'm like, give me the lace and look, their bells. I need to sew this on. I feel like it's gonna be a absolute pain in my arse. Well, ma'am. What to do? What to do? Glue it on the inside? Just don't like it, ma'am. Nope. So that's probably gonna just have to be done later because I can't figure out what I like. And that's a whole thing. I mean, we could go real obnoxious. I've got this vintage. This is the best. Anywho, that's a whole situation. Shut up, Tim. It's a bad idea. Tell me it's a bad idea. 3 hours later. I'm sorry. I'll quit fucking around. Okay. Hmm. That's how you fix that. Just saying. I have not. My kids were too old by the time SpongeBob got popular. Um, so every once in a while, like when the grandkids are around, they've got they used to have it on their tablets, and it seemed very inappropriate and not child friendly to me. Am I wrong? Or is it just there's so many adult underlying references, kind of like The Simpsons? Okay. Because, like, The Simpsons was a popular kids show, but there was a lot of adult humor underlying, which made it bearable. And I just showed my age right there. Bam. So funny story, it was actually a half decent day, 50s, and I decided to coffee dye outside. Sun was setting, brought in everything but wet paper. Now it's frozen. Oh my God. Hey, you know what, babe? It'll thaw. That's all there is to it. It'll thaw. There's the thing. It will thaw eventually. Yeah, I was, like, scrambling to try to get everything off the back deck because we were supposed to have a storm come in, and now they've said it'll be here tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, you could dry it in the oven. But, I mean, at this point, Ames, it's frozen, it's not going anywhere. It won't blow away, right? So it's just a thought. I'll leave that for right now till that gets good and dry. Deal with it in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like what, 9, 10, 11 there? So here we are. Got that going on. Just like all up in the laces tonight. Karen, are you still with me or are you just disgusted and done with me? Good. If you had any idea how very little red and green stuff I have in my house, you would be cracking up. Um, I used to teach Christmas card classes and I called them my 10 10 20s. I've talked about this before. We did 10 cards that took 10 minutes each for $20. And I started them usually October 1st. And I would do 2 to 3 classes a week up to the first week of December. And when quit Stampin' Up! And stopped doing that, my friends, I was so over Christmas cards. It is not my wheelhouse. But it used to be. I actually found my binder that has, a ton of my ATCs in it. You know, I'm no, beyond done. And I went to the absolute extreme. I'm beyond done with the cutesy and went full-blown grunge because when I taught at the stamp store, everything that I taught was all grungy and awesome. But when I did Stampin' Up, it had to be all cutesy. So I went full-blown grunge when I quit Stampin' Up. So that was a thing. Do you know how difficult it's gonna be for me to glue this down? This is, thanks to Wendy, by the way. She gifted me that. Thank you, Wendy, again. Oh, let's not do that in the journal, goofball. You know better than that. It's a perfect color. I'm almost at the point where I'm thinking we're not gonna bind these pages tonight. We're just gonna do decorations and then deal with the binding next week. I don't know. We'll see how this works out for us. Yes, I'm just randomly gluing stuff on the pages. I heard Karen scream in her head, "What are you doing?" Making fuzzy edges is what I'm doing. No. No, no, no. Um, I was a demo from oh my gosh, I'm so age me. 98 to 2014. Yeah. I played their game a long time. But I also got my grunge on because I taught at 2 different stamp stores and was the event coordinator at Michael's during that time, so oh crap, I just, like, blurbed that. So I had a lot of opportunity to, create that was not Stampin' Up! And I have so much Stampin' Up! Stuff left. Oh, Lord have mercy. But, you know, what's really funny is you can complain all day about their very I don't know, cutesy type stuff. Their products are top notch. Like, I legit have ink pads that are still good from the early 2000s, like over 20 years. Um, I still use a lot of their floral stuff, but I grunge it up. Botanicals are their background stamps are amazing. I have a bucket of wheels behind me to decorate this. Um, the wheels were just awesome. I do have a couple of grunge wheels hanging out behind me. So there, you guys can decorate your pages however you want. Do whatever you want. You can put something on the edge of every page if you want to. It doesn't matter. This is whatever's going to make you happy. And here's my thing is I want to decorate my stuff. That doesn't even hardly show. So it entices me to pick it up and use it. Um, so however that looks for you, if stuff sticking everywhere is going to be like, nope, I can't do it, don't put it on there. Okay? Just don't. Quarter inch of chunky glitter with red line. I love it. I have done that before. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I did a whole glitter class back in the day. That's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna set these aside. We'll get to these sometime. I don't know when we're gonna get to those. What we are gonna do I may have messed this up. Hmm. So I'll tell you my thought process right now. I was gonna put an eyelet right here to hang dangles. So whatever dangle I put on, I guess I could use a bulb pin. It'll go through there. Okay, never mind. I was having a moment. I'm back to normal. Eyelets. We need eyelets. Where are the eyelets? Guys, I swear to God, I was organized before I started. I swear I was. Mm. I might have left that sitting on the back deck. That's not good. There you are. Little escape artist. You are, you are. I have Christmas tree eyelets, but it's a lot of work to figure out where I put them. So we're going to roll with just a white one for right now. I'm just going to use my Crocodile. You do you. Almost flung my eyelid on the ground. I'm going to go into the top. Center it as best I can. That's the wrong side. Glad I caught that before I did that. Try that again, my friends. Go in the center. Punch a hole. Pop your eyelid in. Is a bold pen going to fit there? I should probably check that before I punch that. Oh, Tamra. You know what? Forget it. If it doesn't, I'll just add ribbon. Done and done. Bada bing. So that's a place where we can hang some jingle bells when we get there. But we're not there yet. So, Karen, are you ready for this? Are you ready for it? Get all the stuff out of my way. Ta-da! I mean, we got to decorate. So, when I get to this point in a journal, and I may not do it like everybody else does, but it's what works for me, okay? I get to this point and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of pages and I need to decorate. I need to do different things. And you close it up and you go about your business. But here's the thing. We have all these offcuts from our pages. We have the offcuts from our box. And if you sit down and make a whole bunch of tags and little pockets now, then you can just flip through your book and go, oh, here, just like this. This legit, let's find a page that we didn't use as a template. Okay, so here's a page that we didn't use. All right, so I'm going to set this down and I'm going to decorate this a bazillion times. Okay, does it sound crazy? Absolutely. But what you're gonna do is save yourself the overwhelm of flipping from page to page to page. Okay, that's gonna be a pocket. If we want to do another one, we can do 2 pockets on 1 page. So let's make a match. Do I have anything you can make a gift card book? Absolutely. Um, Patty, what size do you want it to be? Bada bing, 2 pockets. And these are just the offcuts from our papers, y'all. Small, you need to carry on a plane. The project that we're doing right now, you could actually do small. Yeah, you can just put gift cards in these pockets right here. So this particular kit, there's another one. It's the Candy Journal. It is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. It's very small. And I have the kits pinned right there. And you're gonna get papers, embellishments, cardstock, ribbon, and you just have to put it together. Or are you talking a pre-made one? Not for your mom. Yeah. Yeah. It'll mean more to your mom if you make it anyway. Just saying. All right, here is our offcut of our cardstock that we used. So this page again is, go back to our dimensions. The pages are 5.5 by 3.5. So if we're going to do a pocket with this, we're going to want to cut it down. So I'm going to do 3.5 and then back like a 1/16 of an inch. And I'm going to do that with how much ever I have left here. This paper cutter is just kicking my butt tonight. Susan, of course, always. Yep. So Karen, these are the cardstock from our original insides. There's that. Please, if you're going to screenshot this, understand something. Let me move this so it's centered. The different boxes have different dimensions, okay? So you're aware of that. Because I have the Holiday Dots and it has a 1-inch spine. There is also someplace up here. Like the Frosty the Snowman. It's a smidge shorter and it's 3/4 of an inch. So, yeah, that good idea, Ames. So when you screenshot my dimensions, know that it is for the Holiday Dots. Okay. And adjust accordingly for whatever candy box you get. Like this one, when I pulled the candy out, I had to wipe it down because it was all goobery inside because it was filled with candy. When we cut open the Rudolph one, the candy was inside of a plastic. So just make sure you measure before you start whopping cardstock, is what I'm trying to say. And if you buy the kit, you're going to get a box of dots in your kit. Just saying, because that's what these are for. Okay. So we have a couple of little pockets. We have a couple of pockets here. This fun green. So here's something that I like to do, especially when it's a thinner paper that I'm making a pocket out of. So the first thing I'm gonna do, let's see, how size is this? Is that literally square? How did I manage that? No. I want to give this a little play. What? Molly says, can I make a bundle so I can use my coupons? Absolutely, Moll.
Which one do you want?
I want coffee. And I'll heat that up when I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you, love. You're the bestest.
Welcome, baby.
So what I'm going to do, let me give you a visual. So here's our page. I want a pocket that's going to go up like halfway, maybe halfway. So 3 inches. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off 3 inches. I'm going to take this, flip it over, and I am going to score I want my pocket to be 3 inches deep, which is what this is, but I'm going to score over like a 1/2 an inch. Okay. Now my width of my page is 3.5. So I need, if I take this, I don't want to confuse you with math. So I need 3.5 inches before my next score line. So I'm going to score at 4. And then I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to cut off that extra 1/2 inch. Did I just confuse the crap out of you? So what I'm doing is I'm creating these little folds here. So when I glue this in my page, I'm not going to glue all the way to this edge. I'm going to leave like a 1/8 of an inch here. I'm going to glue this down, and what it's going to do is it's going to give me some room to put thicker cards in there if I want to. That is how, and I did this all on purpose. If you are putting gift cards in here, you want to do this. If you try to get a gift card in this, it's gonna rip your paper because they're too thick. Does that make sense? So you can pop this on here if you want your solid, but you need to give yourself some maneuvering room for gift cards or thicker items. Okay, glad we're on the same page there. We have another one. We can do the same thing again. So we're going to cut 3 inches. Thank you, darling.
Welcome.
You're the best. I'm sorry.
Sorry, this little box was just attacking me.
That box is for Molly.
Is it?
Yep.
Nice.
Molly, stop attacking my husband with your stuff.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Again, 3 inches. I have my fun box over there from you. So we are going to score at 1/2 inch and again at 4 inches. And then we are going to cut, flip it over and cut at 4.5. And there we go. There's another pocket. So we have just some pockets going on. These offcuts we can use for belly bands or whatever when we get there if we need to. This too, decoration. Let's get the paper cutter out of our way for a second and see what else we have in here that we can play with. We've got all of this. So we've got these, we've got these, we've got the poofy pockets, we've got some extra pieces here. How about we can use this, we can fold it down, make a belly band. There's all kinds of things we can do with this. We're just going to set that aside for now. Cardstock. No, we're going to do something else first. Do some snippets. Molly, do you know what you want a bundle of? Besides this adorable kit that I got going on here. So fun. So when you're doing these, Um, you do not have to have a hole punch. You can literally cut with scissors. I always say when you are doing any fussy cutting or small cutting, hold your scissors straight up and down, hold it straight, and with your non-dominant hand, move your paper that you're cutting because it's going to give you a smoother cut. It's going to be easier to maneuver. And less wear and tear on your scissors and your wrist. Just saying. So we have disassembled our little cupcake. Now, you can do this when Petra, Red Rock Creations, demoed this on our raid train. She actually used a glue gun. I don't have room on my desk for a glue gun, so we're going to use art glitter glue and probably glue my fingers down. So basically what you want to do is you're going to just kind of fan fold this into a tighter circle, and that's how you're going to make the rosette. And I'm just kind of folding it in. It's not very straight. It's okay. It'll get there, maybe. Maybe I'm doing it too tightly. Oh no. Lose your grip on it. It's okay. It's just a piece of paper, my friends. Nothing to stress about. And I'm going to pull that around so it overlaps. And yeah, I got it too much here. Tasha, are you back in the States, my love? Are you still gallivanting around the world? So this is where the glue gun, you're home, yay. So excited that you made it home safely, that is. So see what I'm accomplishing here? And you can kind of play with it. It does take a bit of practice to get them like 100% even. I always just kind of, oh my God, we're making the most cutest little thing in the world. Right now we're making a rosette because we're decorating our junk journal that we made. But Doodles sent me a message and asked me if I could do a tutorial on these Dollar Tree candy journals. So we're actually making a candy journal. Is that the cutest freaking thing you've ever seen in your life? I know. Adorable. Right this second, because I keep letting go of it. So we're going to try this. Oh my God, my glues are all just a hot mess. Do I make pins for glue? Yes. Do I sell them? Absolutely. Do I have one in my art room right now? Nope. It's awful. So we're just going to do this a little bit at a time, right? There we go. And glue's kick. Okay, I need to eat. Obviously, I got the shakes. But you're just gonna like fan fold it around and that glue just spooched everywhere. So we're just gonna use it on the other piece. But you see what I'm doing here is I'm just holding it in and this is gonna get covered, okay? Because we're gonna put something in the center. Now I'm doing it backwards because that's always fun. Bam. So you can take this once you get that all glued down. That's kicking my tushy from here to kingdom come. Thank you, darling. Get some sleep. I know you're on a weird time schedule now. Thank you for stopping by, love. So you have the little rosette. Now, at this point, we have this centerpiece. You can put that on there. You can put something else on there. You could put a vintage button on it. Like the options are like so many options. Let's see what we have in the vintage buttons bucket. Um, we could do like a little blingy bling. We could. Where'd that strip of pom pom that was all whacked that I chopped off? Put a little poofer ball in the middle. It's a good idea, Wendy. Are you cringing at me putting a vintage button in the middle of this piece of paper? I am a little bit. That's not flat. That's not going to stay. Hold on, Mouse. Come on. Go, go, go. For God's sake. Oh, okay. Na, na, na. Molly's going to make me math. I love you, Mouse. Time out, folks. I'm doing a bundle. I'm so glad you grabbed that Rolodex. I got a present for you, Molly. Do you wanna see or do you wanna be surprised? Hmm. Ooh, which needle book do you want, love? We're gonna do that next Friday. I just keep asking questions and not even looking at my screen. Rude. Got it. Okay, will do. Um, surprise you. Okay, I can do that. It's funny. Sitting on my desk. All right. So we got this. Let me add this all up. Uno momento maths. And then we will go right back to what we're doing. That way if Molly needs to are you working tonight, Mom? Oh, did you get 62, Mom? No. Put it in. There you go, love. Thank you much. Appreciate you so very much. Thanks, love. So we're gonna do this again, but not so crazy haphazard like I just did. I appreciate you much. Work day shift Tuesday. What? Oh, I hate when they do that to me. No, ma'am. Much love to you, darling. I mean, I understand. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but don't make me flip from nights to days and back to nights all in one week. It's just evil. Evil. Those are really off-centered. I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but in the whole scheme of things, it's gonna be all crunched up. So again, making this. Yeah, right? No, no, ma'am. One of the last shifts that I worked at the facility, the I was doing days and the night nurse didn't show up and my DON told me that she had somebody coming in and she had to go pick her kids up or something. My DON left me there by myself, and nobody showed up until 3 o'clock in the morning. So I had been there from 6 a.m. till 3 o'clock the next morning, had the audacity to ask me, and I was hour drive from home, had the audacity to ask me if I could work the next shift. No, ma'am, that's not legal at all. Then you took Miles to the South Dakota State football championship game from school today. They lost by 10. Oh, I'm sorry, love. So because this is off center, we're going to do this. We're going to fold it this way. We're going to fold it this way. You're very welcome. That was your belated, I got you a birthday gift, and I didn't put a card in because I suck. Yeah, no, it ain't happening. It's illegal as all get out. Anywho, so I just peddle beads on Whatnot because, I love my people. So I love you all so much. So Karen, am I like making sense what I'm doing here? Oh. Do you have cupcake thingies? Do you have yeah, they're kind of kicking my butt. We're not gonna lie, because it's not cut straight. But no, but it's fun to watch me struggle. Okay, cool beans. Because I keep losing a hold of it. Crepe paper, yeah, crepe paper works well. The other thing you can do is, do you have a scallop punch? Just punch some little round doohickeys. Yeah, right. I'm just showing different Dollar Tree stuff that you can do to, oh, I almost said a bad word. Go, 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 Gadget. Get in there. It's like a legit. I got it too bunched up over there, so now it's just acting a fool. There. You get the main idea, right? And we're gonna go all the way around. I could put a piece of cardstock here if I thought to cut one out before I just did that. So we're gonna glue a button right there. I didn't think that through, friends. I could chop my pom-pom off because Wendy had a fabulous idea. Only we're gonna chop it off with my fabric scissors. Mm-mm. Oh, let that dry before you go yanking it around. We'll let that dry on the side. Oh, no wonder I'm hungry. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. Guys, I still haven't had dinner. Just saying. I am featured in shows with momentum. Awesome. I love when they feature me. I didn't know I've ever been featured before, honestly. So we're going to glue the pom-pom down. Poof. Great place to pause and go eat. I know, right? So there we go. So I'm just stacking up different things that we can use to decorate our pages, okay? Um, I'm probably going to need more. Obviously, I've used a bazillion pages in this tiny little book because I'm overachiever, or have no self-control, or whatever you want to call it. I did too many pages, okay? The next thing that I will do, I still have all these offcuts. I still have all of this stuff that I can play with, but I want to go to some tags. And one of the things that I like to do is get file folders and make tags with file folders. D, all of the above. Yes. We may use that. Who knows? We may not. We'll see what happens. Where's my tag thingy? Ooh, I almost spilled my trash can. Very ugly. So I have this box. Actually, I have a couple of them in different sizes, but I cut tags out of old file folders, and I use them for different projects. So I always have a whole bucket of them done. I make them in the different sizes, the number 10 tags. I have, oh, which one do I have here? I do shorter ones. I have these that I actually made tags out of that size, all the different sizes. Sweet, did your brain Sweet honey, am I like blowing your brain today? You're just saying. You can get a whole box of file folders at the Goodwill for under $5, okay? The other thing that I like to do, how many did I grab? Yeah, I'll just grab some. So in your kit, I am going to send you a file folder. The Goodwill bins, file folders. I'm just saying, man. So in your kits, those of you that purchased a kit, you're going to get a red file folder because I'm cool like that. I'm such a smart ass. You are also going to get a green file folder because I'm cool like that too. So Absolutely recycle, my friends. Here's what I'm going to say about this. I use file folders for journal covers, okay? You can, because you don't know what you're going to do and how you're going to decorate it. I would suggest to you cutting this file folder, both of them, wherever this is, and just using this for your tags, because then you're going to have this left over to make a really cool Christmas journal. That's my suggestion to you. You do you. It's your kit. It's your file folders. Whatever makes you happy. I don't know if this paper cutter is going to cut this, but we're going to try. Did. So we're reserving this. This is an awesome cover for a journal. We're going to reserve this unless you get to the point where you need it. But I'm thinking this is going to be more than plenty tags. Could be wrong. You may want a bazillion. How much turn this around so you can see what you're doing, ma'am. So now you have the beginnings of books. And we have this that we can make into tags. So this is actually, oh, beautiful. It's little over 4 inches. So if we do 3x4 tags, we're going to clean this up a smidge. That is so loud. I'm sorry. I keep dropping that. Let's do 2.5x4 tags. This sounds like a fun size. 2.5 inches. Because our pages we're going to swing this around because we're going to leave that. Don't cut that. We're going to clean this up. Did I just cut my finger with that? Yes, ma'am, I did. Stupid girl. Why you want to be crazy? Being ridiculous. Yeah, be good. It's just that the paper cut. So stupid. I dropped it on my finger. 2.5, and then 2.5. So out of that, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags. And then we have this fun little thing that we can do a flip out. We can gusset it and do like a little mini book in here. There's so many things that you can do with these edges. So we're going to set this aside until we decide what we need for our journal. Okay. So we have all the green tags. We're going to cut some red tags because, we have a red file folder in our kits. I know, it's ridiculous cutesy that I have both red and green file folders. But that's how I roll at Goodwill. I also have blue ones and purple ones, if you can believe that. So our red tags, we're gonna do 2 1/4, just for something different. And yellow, yes, I do. Um, Go to this side. We're gonna go this way. I'm leaving just a little extra on that one. This is when I cut my finger the last time. How about we not do that again, Tamara? Good job. Corporate America supplies you're reusing. Yeah, that just does not want to go that way. It's so crooked. Look at this. Do you see this cut? Can you see that cut? Sweet baby Jesus. Yep. Goodwill, my friend. Goodwill. Okay, let's try this again. Silly. I don't know why that was, because I was trying to avoid chopping my fingers. Why? Got a little whacked. I always pick up file folders, especially when they're the colored ones at Goodwill's. I will say though, my local Savers generally has much better office supply stuff than the Goodwills do, because I think the Goodwills use them. Savers is the best, yeah, but their prices are so jacked up right now. It's asinine. I may go do a Savers trip one of these days. So we have these two pieces with the gussets for if we want to do flip outs, if we want to do mini books, whatever. So we have, you can just snip these. When you're making a tag, this is what I suggest. Cut, hold this little piece, don't cut yourself. And this is a mistake a lot of people do. They don't flip it over. And it's easier to see it flipped over with this particular one because it's different colors on each side. If they just take it over and they're not paying attention, your tag is going to look wonky. So make sure that you flip it so you get the same cut on both sides. You are people. You just want the scraps and the junk. Okay. I mean, that's easy enough. I have enough. You should see my scrap bin. It is out of, for all that is wholly out of control. Just flip them over. Flip, hold, snip. Flip, hold, snip. We'll do a couple of red ones. You know, they don't have to be perfect, love. A little wonkiness is always good. Flip, hold, snip. Did you hear my belly growling? Good Lord. Sorry. Snip, flip, Yep. We'll do one more red. It's like a song, right? Da-na-na-na, like the Jeopardy song in my head. That's what I hear when I say that. I don't know why. Dun, 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 dun. It's because I'm taking forever. Under normal circumstances, I would have this journal done by now. I don't know what my problem happens to be today, but here we are. So, again, you can take a hole punch hole, eyeball it, center it, done. If you don't have a hole punch, you can use a poke tool. You can use your scissors. And I know you're like, wait, what? How do I make holes with a scissor? So if you do not have a hole punch, take your scissors. Don't put your finger under here like this, because you'll be bleeding like me. Put your scissors in the center. Poke down, twist. And however big you want the hole to be is how far down you go on your scissors. I will teach you how to craft on a budget if I can. So there, we have some tags. Now what are we going to do? We're going to decorate said tags, and then we're going to resume this journal at another time. So, decorate tags. My suggestion is to pick 1 or 2 stamp sets, 1 or 2 stencils. If you're using stencils, to decorate. Yes, ma'am. There you go. To decorate your journal. Oh, except for I need to adjust that because Molly got one in her bundle. There we go. Whew, that would have been frightening. This is the point where I'm trying to unbury my cardstock. Because I hucked it all on the floor. When we were making pages. All right, we're just gonna get a new page because I don't know where the heck I put it. So we're gonna do, I mean, most of it's vanilla, right? And white. Oh, we'll do both. Whatever. We'll do one of each. So we want to have a white cardstock. You can do white, vanilla, both, whatever you want to do. I will send you one of each in your kit, and that way you can make your decision. So what I'm going to do here, I have this fun, it's like a tag stamp set, and I enjoy fussy cutting, okay? I'm sorry. Mine too. But I'm going to show you what I do here, and then I'm going to go eat. So basically, I mean, you look at this, my tree is going to fit on here, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to get my green ink that I inked hours ago and make sure. And I'm just going to stamp like 2 or 3 of these. That way I have the images already stamped. To use. There's something under there, but you get the idea. When I'm decorating. And I'm going to leave enough space that if I want to, I can cut this out and layer it on the tag, or I can fussy cut around it. Does that make sense? I'm holding this down so the ink has time to set into there. And then I'll go to the next stamp. So the whole thing is with this, I have all of the components that are matchy match ick that are going to decorate my journal. I'm going to have tags made. I'm going to have all of these cut. So I can just like pick up my journal and put everything in there. And I'm not scrambling and looking around for everything. Does that make sense? Good job. It's time for bed. Yeah, it's like production line. Because what happens is like right now, if I put these pages in this journal, and as I'm sure a lot of us do, we're going to put these pages in and we're like, now I got to find all the stuff to decorate it, and I got to do this and I got to do that. And it gets set aside and never gets done. But by preparing all of this stuff before we put those pages in, it is a matter of flipping through and, oh, look, here's a little tuck spot. I'm going to stick that in there. Oh, here's a pocket. We're going to stick that in there. Next page. What do we want to put on this page? Oh, let's put a red. Let's just do 2 sides so we can do a tuck spot, and let's stick this in there. Do you see how it all goes? So you've got these piles of stuff that you're grabbing from, and you're not stressed out trying to decorate each individual page. Yeah. So my question for you all is this: A, does anybody need anything before I go? B, do you want me to finish this and show you the finished journal on Tuesday? Or do you want me to put this away and pick up where we left off? We can do it next Friday for our Friday thing, but we're supposed to be working on the needle book kit next Friday. Yeah. Maybe we can just do both. No, we're thrifting in my house. I've spent the last 2 days going through, organizing, pulling out bags, all the things that I have like grabbed bags, and everybody's like, "Ooh, I want part of it. Can you split it? Can you this? Can you that?" Um So tomorrow is going to be thrifting my art room. I have some surprises. I have some amazing boxes. They're limited on how many I have, but they're going to be epic because they are like chock full of junk journaling goodness. And we're going to do those tomorrow, as well as thrifty stuff. So I will put all of this stuff in a tote. Live thrift in Tam's house. Yes, ma'am. There is a kit available. There are 2 left. If you would like to grab them, you more than likely will get it by next Friday when we do this. So, Karen, why? Ma'am, ma'am, you have all the stuff to do this. Ma'am, what are you doing? I love you so much. Thank you. Um, so we're just gonna put all of this stuff in a little tote for our class. If you did not get a kit, thank you all so very. Oh, my papers. Mucho love. Do you want me to? Never mind. Shut up, Tamara. Don't. I will do that. Yes, the papers are the bombs. I have tons of papers. If you did not get a kit and you want to play with us, I will say this. We are going to embellish the crap out of this. Get yourself a dots box. Get yourself some 3D tags. Get yourself some jingle bells. Get yourself some. I got all of this crap at the dollar store. Like legit. I got little candy canes and I got these, okay? All this stuff is going in your kit. So, if you don't have the kit, these are very easy ways to decorate your journals. Get some dots. Get some tags to decorate. We are going to, get the little cupcake doohickeys. Pull out your ribbons. We are going to put some dangles here. Someplace in this disaster, I got jingle bells. I can hear them. We're going to do jingle bell dangles. Yeah. All things, my friends. Stuff to decorate the side of your pages. I'm crazy, I know, but here we are. And we will do part 2 on Friday. Thank you so much for the request, and thank you so much for pushing me to do cutesy shit. I love you for it because it's good. Washi tapes, anything that you have that you want to decorate. Y'all that are getting kits, you are going to get some fun surprises that I haven't shown you yet. But absolute trip to Dollar Tree. Yes, ma'am. I'm actually going to go get more dots boxes because I want everybody to have the same kind. So I'm gonna go get some more dots. I've only got 2 of these left, so I don't want people getting different sizes because it'll just be too confusing. I'm gonna work on this one to hopefully show you a completed one by next Friday. Tomorrow, bookmark my show. We are doing live crafty thrifting at Tam's house. Rob will be with us. You'll get to hear his snarky comments about all the shit that I have. Um, but I have some fun things in there, and we're gonna have guys. I can't. These. I just can't with these tags. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's the jingle bells for me. Does anybody know of anybody that is on that we can go right into? Hi, Pamela. Welcome. We've been on for almost 4 hours. Sweet baby Jesus. How did that happen, my friends? You know, it's a good night if you have all of your friends in, you're hanging out, and you have so much fun you don't even realize how much time has gone. Right? Absolutely. So these are extra pages. Oh, and we still have to figure out something to do with this cutie patootie. That's a whole thing. Wendy, thank you so much for your purchase. Thank you for hanging out. Just thanks for being you and sending me all the fun stuff. Mm-hmm. I know. Hot coffee. I read you tweet. Live thrifting tomorrow. Yep, we're gonna play. All right. I will put this all away. I promise. I will not touch it except for to put it in a box. It's gonna be so hard. Well, Chimera, I'm glad you got your swaps. I hope that you love them and enjoy them and all the things. For everybody that's doing this, I'm throwing all of my scraps in here, all of them, because who knows what we're going to end up using to finish this. So make sure that you keep all of your offcuts, your scraps. You never know. Okay, we're just going to make a big old pile. There's one left. Right there. Yes, we're doing part 2. Thank you, Pamira. I appreciate you, love. We're doing part 2 next Friday. And it's a whole situation. It's so fun. Well, so we're sold out. It's all good. Okay. I am going to get off of here. Where would you all like me to send you? Because I am going to go. Thank you all. I'm going to go eat my dinner. Like, because it's only 10:18 here. Good night. Thank you all for your purchases. I greatly appreciate you all. You are amazing. So, so amazing. Much love to you. Let's go see. There's so many people on. What the heck is Miss Barbara doing? I'm sorry. I'm spousing. Can't see. Do we want to go buy stuff or do we want a demo? Anybody have a preference? Um, oh, let's be crazy. Let's go see what Barbara's up to. Oh, spun cotton demo. Yes. All right, we're going to go see Barbara. Much love to each and every one of you. I will see you tomorrow for live crafty thrifting. Have a blessed rest of your night. Bye.